Hey, Tony Gaskins here, popping on in. Now, I had a coaching call that got missed, so gave me a little bit of time to my next one. So, wanted to pop in because I saw this, and I want to talk to y'all about this and give you a little warning. And I know it's a bit weird coming from me because I'm online and I'm out here talking, but for me, it's a bit different because I am introverted, very shy. Unless I know you or got a reason to be around you, I really don't talk to people and don't like being around people. I'm doing me a 3-night, 4-day sabbatical this week. I love being by myself. I love being quiet. If when the Lord releases me, I will no longer be here online with you, nor will I be accessible, not for one-on-one calls or none of that. But I have to work until the Lord say that my work is done. But what I have noticed is that a large amount, I would anticipate at least 50%, but could be as much as 80-90% of people online. Y'all forgive me, I'm doing some matchmaking and one of the people just contacted me. And so one of the people that y'all is sending me right now again is the Cheyenne Bryant. And what I'm noticing is that a lot of people online are narcissists in y'all word that y'all love. Y'all done calm down a little bit with the A through Z narcissism that but y'all had overt, covert, under the bridge narcissist, over the bridge narcissist, bilateral narcissist, collateral narcissist. I say, my goodness, boy. But one thing I got to give y'all, you right about that. When it comes to that Cheyenne Bryant, and it's a lot of people out here like her that just want to be seen by any means necessary. They want to be seen. Now, you ain't ready for this here now. The same thing that is on Cheyenne Bryant is also, same spirit or whatever, is also on the lady Fawn Weaver. Both of them used to follow me on Instagram. Both of them have unfollowed me on Instagram. You know why? Because spirits attract or repel. They know I'm the truth and sent by God and that I could see them. But some people just want to be seen, because here we had the moved on. It was black women on here complaining, getting mad about me calling out Cheyenne Bryant with that fake doctorate and all of that. And then so we had them moved on. And then here she go. Want to do the Netflix documentary Trend with a Amazon robe on. Knowing that the internet is undefeated, knowing that these people finna look that up, knowing that Argosy has thousands of graduates and know what the outfits look like. The woman went to Amazon, and it's sold on Amazon. She could have got it from Temu. The woman went to Amazon and got the robe and did the video, and then tried to play it off, talking about y'all did exactly what I wanted y'all to do, exactly what I expected y'all to do, but had unlimited comments or cut her comments off or something. And I'm gonna tell y'all, that is a mental health disorder. But here is the thing. If you got a son or a daughter, you gotta guard them. You gotta protect them. You gotta keep them in safe places. Like my sons, I could count on one hand how many times my sons have spent the night at somebody's house, them both combined. Probably each of them have spent the night at somebody's house under the age of 18, like them being under the age of 18. My oldest is 19 now. So, he could stay over his homeboy house when they had like a little birthday party or whatever. But my youngest son, Tatum, I don't think he's ever spent the night at somebody's house. Maybe one night, and he'd be ready to go 5 a.m., 6 a.m. I believe a lot of the people online have a lot of trauma, and they've never been loved, and they've never been affirmed. They've never been told, you smart, you beautiful, you great, you amazing. And they come to social media because it's like a big high school, and they want to be the prom king, the prom queen. They want to be voted most likely to succeed. They want to be voted best dressed. And they come online and they seek that attention and that validation. They want to be seen. They want to be heard. And the thing about it is, they actually gifted. The people are gifted. They just misguided. But if they did not want fame so bad, and they could just use their gift for God's glory in a real way, without misusing the name of God and misrepresenting the name of God, they could be very prolific and do a lot of good in the world. So just like the lady, Fawn Weaver, she never showed a private jet because she had investors' funds, but to blow through 300 million is absolutely insane. Like, the bank gave her 100 million. Then they say had another 20 to 50 million from other little smaller lenders. Then had them raise, I think, 250 million from 162 investors. So over 350 million was squandered. And so it's like having the dream, having the vision, but we've never been there. And when we get there, we don't know how to handle it. And I've learned them same lessons, not no 100 million, $200 million lesson, but millions of dollars that I done spent, done blew through millions. And it's like, you learn it when you get there. And then guess what? Now, Cheyenne Bryant was on that interview talking about her resort style home. That home, unless she start doing some funny business, that home finna be up for foreclosure within a year. Because once the internet find out you faking or you a fraud, and it's clear at this point, whether y'all talking about, like at this point, the people don't even know if she have a bachelor's, because where's the bachelor's cap and gown at? Like, where's that degree at? And seeing all them things on the wall, graduating from Missionary Faith Baptist Sunday school and all of that, where she have all them plaques on the wall, but ain't now one of them a doctorate plaque. So you're gonna have a doctorate plaque if you graduated from there. And then, okay, if you graduated from the doctorate, you finna just get that camera that's in front of your face and you finna pull up on that doctorate plaque. You finna pull up on that doctorate plaque and show it. My mother-in-law got a doctorate. She is now doctor, graduated and everything, did her dissertation and everything. And she in her 70s now, got it in her 60s, and have not made a dollar with the doctorate, but owes hundreds of thousands, I think. So that's the one downside. Like, I'm not going to get no doctorate. if it ain't finna make me no more money, like Cheyenne made money without even having a doctorate, just calling herself a doctor like Dr. Dre and Dr. Seuss. And they made that money. And that's what she got to realize. Like, I know a guy who got an honorary doctorate and he calling himself Dr. Rat Now and ain't correcting nobody who think he got a real doctorate. But now that I know that you ain't supposed to be walking around here talking about calling yourself doctor, if it's honorary, then that let me know when somebody give me an honorary doctorate. And guess what? I wouldn't even accept the honorary doctorate from anybody. Like these Timu universities out here. And then here go the other guy, another narcissist. He comes out and he goes on the gentleman, Mark Lamont Hill, who's from CNN and from the news. He goes on his channel and talk about he done open up Kellogg's University in May. And then come June or July, then gave out his first doctorate to Cheyenne. He done had one graduate, and the graduate is Cheyenne, and gave her a earned doctorate, like a real doctorate, gave her an earned doctorate because of her 25 interviews that he seen online. And because of her stating that on the stage of the little touring show that she, I guess, is a part of, that she is a doctor of psychology. And you know what I noticed? Every time the camera is in her face and she say, I'm a doctor of psychology, them eyes be blinking so fast. And y'all know the number one sign of a lie is fast blinking. So now she done heard me say that. She finna be trying to hold them eyes still. She finna be trying to sit there lying, shake it, try not to blink. But I seen she was rapid fire blanking on the Breakfast Club. It was another show she was on. Could have been the lady in Houston or wherever that was trying to hold her feet to the fire. Like, why don't you just drop the doctor? Like, people rock with you. People like your message. Just drop the doctor. And she like, no, because I earned it. And then they said she done got 2 honorary doctorates. So Buddy say, well, I'm going to come out and get me a little attention. And he kind of strike me as sweet. And sometimes them men who be sweet, they want some attention. And so he coming out to get him some attention. It's like, sir, come on now. You know you over here at Timu University. You know good and well we don't respect your doctorate at your little raggedy school, especially with you as the president, and you sound worse than me. Your accent worse than mine. We don't want your doctorate, sir. You need to sound like a thesaurus if you giving out doctorates. We do not want your doctorate. You out here sound like you was out there cripping on the block in Crenshaw, and now you giving out doctorates. Keep it, sir. We do not want that doctorate. That is not no doctorate, sir. That is a Etoradard doctorate backwards. It's not, no. And then coming out doing interviews, and then Mark Lamont Hill know he wrong. He's a comedian. He know he wrong interviewing that man, having a serious interview with a joke. How you finna have a serious interview with a joke of a man? And this man up there talking about he very well aware of the standards of a doctorate and what it take to give a doctorate, but he decided to give her an earned doctorate. Now, if he not sweet, and sweet means, deal with men. If that's not the case, then he do want to put something on Dr. Cheyenne. He does want to put something on her, and that is the case. And it is unfortunate. It's very unfortunate that we out here doing this, man, and that we got to be out here a spectacle. And I know the white people with doctorates just sitting over there just laughing. They just having them a good old time. They laughing at Timu University president coming out. And somebody said the man is the president and the vice president of the school. And it's like, sir, where is the school? Dr. Umar doing better than you, sir. At least then walked through the hallways with the lights on and showed us his school. Sir, where is your school? And why are you not doing this interview in your office with your plaques and your degrees on the wall and your big brown leather chair at your big desk in your office of your Timu University? It's like the man looked like he was sitting outside on a step and trying to hog up all the space in the camera so we couldn't see his background. Outside of his mama house on the porch doing an interview about the doctorate that he gave Cheyenne and that he reached out to her. And I honestly, at the levels and what she have shown, I don't put it past her to have grown up with this man, because I heard a little, even though he say he in Indiana or Illinois or somewhere, I heard a little bit of Cali accent in his voice. I don't put it past her to have reached out to him and said, hey, man, can you start a school? I know you was talking about starting a school or whatever. Can you start a school and give me an earned doctorate so these people could hush? And you're not accredited, sir. Yeah, we can't verify that accreditation. You are not accredited. And if you are accredited, you just lost it, because you cannot give no earned doctorate and you've been open a year. That is a honorary doctorate. You can't get nobody no earned doctorate because they done did 25 interviews online that you seen. And then gave the doctorate in thermogenic hermeneutics spirituality. I say, what? Sir, what in the world is thermogenicity psychology? And then they read it, because he talking about he an independent school of faith. I was like, okay, well, the definition of that doctorate you gave her said mystical in there, said it's mystics or something. God ain't got nothing to do with that. God ain't got nothing to do with that. Like, what is that even? I mean, just came up with something too. Something he can't pronounce, something she can't pronounce, something I can't pronounce. It's like, sir, we don't even want that doctorate. What can we do with that doctorate? Stand on the street corner hollering at the World Cup games, trying to get people to turn their life over to the Lord? Like, what is this doctorate for? Like, where can you go get a job at? Who is hiring? The book of Scientology? Like, sir, we can't get no job with that. Like, what am I to do with that? Keep running around here on the podcast. Podcast ain't bringing them back on no more. And then Jamal Bryant comes out. He having him a blast. It's giving him a little bit of relevancy now. And he trying to right his wrongs and get on the right side of history, because he comes out and say Cheyenne Bryant sent him a cease and desist letter from her law office of Dr. Cheyenne Bryant law offices. And so I'm guessing she got a law degree from the school that she applied to be a law professor from when she found out Argosy was closed. Many moons ago, she said, many years ago. It's like, child, Argosy just closed 2019 or 2021, they said. We're talking about many years ago you applied to be a professor at a law school. A professor of what? Bodycon dresses at the Jesus concert? Like, what is you finna teach these people when you don't even say your words right? It's like, this is a time to sit down. This is a time to have somebody touch you, have some hands laid on you with some olive oil to pray them spirits up at you. This is a time to go do you a separation before elevation season, to go and sit down, do you a solo vacation, fast and pray, ask for forgiveness, ask for cleansing, get all of everything up out you, get everything up out your spirit, and stay out the camera. Stay out the camera. Because see, I'm going to tell you something. I've been seeing some stuff. I have been seeing some stuff. And guess what? It is a lot of people. That's why I'm getting closer and closer to being inaccessible and just doing one to many through YouTube videos, because the delusion, the demonic delusion, the demonic possession is increasing greatly. And people are becoming demonic possessed and showing up online. And one of my guys just sent me a thing not long ago of him being stalked. And I just seen in my DM me being stalked. And these women, I'm not a woman, so I don't know what women are dealing with online in the DM from men, but I know as on the man side, we're experiencing a lot of women who have completely lost their mind, have lost all their marbles. All their marbles are gone. And we are now seeing high functioning and that's what Cheyenne said. She coined the word high functioning and low functioning, and that should have let us know right there. When she says she coined high functioning and low functioning, like Coach Normie coined low vibrational plate, we should have knew right then that something was off. We should have knew right then that she never went to no doctoral program, because she would have seen she didn't coin high functioning and low functioning. So we're seeing high functioning demonic possession in people like a Cheyenne Bryant. And then we're seeing a more corroded and diluted demonic possession in unknown women. And it is crazy. Like, I was reading the messages, and like some of the women that be writing me, like they writing me as if I'm writing them back. Like they writing me of like the stuff they be saying, it be crazy. Like it be crazy. It'd be like, here's my address, here's the keypad to get in the door, this where my wallet is, this where it is. Like sending me a picture of their credit card number, the security CVV security code, the expiration date. Like, and a lot of the women are going through a lot of stuff, like women bouncing from shelter to shelter, homeless shelters, and sleeping under the bridge, then in a shelter, then can't afford the shelter. A lot of the women have kids, but for some reason, I don't know how a phone is affordable. All these women have access to a phone, and that is the most mind-boggling thing. I don't know if that's Cricket or if it's Metro PCS. I don't know who make these phones so affordable that homeless people can have a phone. But somebody has some affordable phones, and it is the worst thing, because these people, and I'm sure it's men out there too, have access to the internet. And people are losing their ever-loving minds. And it is getting scary. It is getting scary. It is getting so scary. And that's what you got to realize and understand. Wow. Truck flipped over. Wife showing me the picture. And so, listen, have you, and here's the thing. So y'all is going to go to a time to where if I haven't met you in person and felt your spirit in person, I'm not going to be able to respond to a text message to you. I'm not going to be able to respond to a DM, just because out of safety and just the amount of people that are losing their mind. You never know, because one of the situations, what I'm noticing is like, you'll see You'll talk to somebody and they totally fine. And then a few months later, they've lost their mind. And truthfully, I don't know if it be their account got hacked and it's like somebody in another country just talking crazy on their phone, or if it be them. But it be scary and it be worrisome. And this is the thing, like I'm looking at the brothers and talking to the brothers who being stalked. And here's the thing that I want to tell y'all who watch my videos and anybody online, like you cannot go to fantasizing in your mind and be playing stuff up in your mind and allowing yourself to be so into somebody videos that you falling in love. And I have experienced this where people just get so caught up in the videos, and instead of seeing it as a tool to learn and grow, they will start to feel like they are in love with you or supposed to be with you and stuff like that. And that is who, and I'm gonna tell you this now, and I'm gonna guarantee you on this right here. And Cheyenne probably gonna send me a cease and desist, but it's people who have lost their mind, but they get a check every month for their illnesses. And it's gonna be people like Cheyenne Bryant who are in a position who mortgage is due and start to play on these fragile minded individuals and have these individuals sending them thousands of dollars for coaching, for tarot card reading, for palm readings, for prophecy, because I notice that there is a sector of people who are roaming around in the free world undiagnosed, but are actually mentally disabled. But there's people who have never had access to a doctor, and they are driving cars, they're working regular jobs, and they are tore up. I just watched last night, me and my wife was watching a documentary on the guy out of New York, the Olgo Beach killer or something like that. And this man confessed to killing 8 women, and all of the women were sex workers. So that's something to think about for you sex workers. The Bible says the wages of sin is death. And the book of Proverbs talk about that sex worker life. Like, if you keep taking them shortcuts to make money, you're gonna get killed one day. You're gonna bump into somebody who just sees you as expendable, and they don't care about your reasons of why you're a sex worker. They just see you as a piece of meat. And the man said to his daughter when he confessed, he confessed it to his wife and his daughter, and he told his daughter he didn't even see the women as human. And this man was in Manhattan, New York, as an architect. So down there whipping pen, doing his thing, whipping his pen as an architect. But I seen in their house, they was in their house and they showed on the wall, they showed like the Baphomet, like the little satanic stuff, like that I don't know if that's a goat or whatever with them horns. And in that little star looking thing, like all that satanic stuff. Then they showed his daughter. She walking around down there where this man have chopped up women. This man done chopped women up in his basement. The daughter goes down there with some sage. Ma'am, what? Oh, you satanic too. Cause who in the world want to go in a room where 7 women have been chopped up? And then guess what the man wife did? The man wife moved down there. into the basement where he used to chop women up. So now you know what that tell me. My wife say the woman is just, mentally gone, like she don't have the mental capacity or whatever. And maybe that could be the case, but I really can't even see a person who is mentally disabled wanting to live in a room where their family member chopped up and killed people. But this, what I'm telling you this for is, this could be your architect. This could be your realtor. This could be your landlord. This could be whoever. Like, you have to be prayed up, and you have to pray that God gives you discernment. And now I'm starting to realize, because I be getting on to some of my clients about being so scary. And the Bible says God has not given us a spirit of fear. So no, we should not fear. But I'm realizing, yes, we should be vigilant. Yes, we should be diligent. Yes, we should be discerning. And yes, we need to move with some care. I got a client I coached the other day. She had me call her house phone. She said she like talk on her house phone. She's the only client that I coach that don't talk on the cell phone. And there were certain things that she do, and I was talking to her about that. I'm like, you very cautious. Like, you really cautious. But now I'm thinking, like, you know what? That might be a good thing she that cautious, because we live in a different world. Like, here this man daughter is, she going to school, but then again, she had that bull ring in her nose. She got that bull ring. She got a little interesting fashion sense and all of that right there. And that's why I try to tell y'all, like, don't let your kids go down a rabbit hole now. That's why me and my wife, our oldest son, he got some tattoos, but I'm starting to realize, like, man, that might be too much ink. So I ain't gonna let you spend no more of my money on it. Like, you got to earn your own money, and then that's between you and God. But we didn't tell him no, because he living right, doing the right thing and all of that. And then also, we got tattoos. And so we just don't believe in dictating someone's life once they become 18, because people gonna do what they want to do. So for me, I believe in letting someone make their choice as an 18-year-old, but giving them full knowledge and awareness of why I agree or disagree with it, but still letting them make their choice. And then now we realize, well, hey, this money is ours, so we don't have to do that, because he's still a dependent. But we love him, straight A student, never had a girlfriend, not focus on girls. He focused on his school and his sport, which is soccer. So you give and take. You give a little, what have you. But now he knows, all right, you done. On our dime, you done. You got to become something. You want some more tattoos, you got to become something to where you can afford it, if that's what you want to do. And that's something we have to come to as parents, that our children will become young adults and they got to make their choice. And so I got my niece, she got locks, she got nose rings and tattoos. And my other niece got her a sleeve of tattoos, almost got like a sleeve of tattoo and nose ring. And, everybody do their little thing. Like, I don't agree with everything and all of that, but people do what they want to do. But we also got to be mindful of the spirits that's attached to some of this stuff. And yes, I've been watching pastors with a sleeve of tattoos. So yes, you could pray some stuff off of you and you can have a relationship with God, but you also have to be mindful about what you and your kids and your family and all of that, what they do, the stuff that they do, the stuff they have going on, and just make sure it's not tied to something spiritual. So now here go this lady who her husband done chopped up 7 women. Well, killed 7 women. He ain't dismember all of them, but he done killed 7 women in their home. And one of them, he told his daughter, one of the ladies he killed in him and his wife bed. His wife takes the money that she got from doing the documentary and remodels the basement down there. And she down there, and instead of selling the house and moving, she remodels the house down there, and she moved her butt down there and got it set up like she's a little girl. Like the room looked like a little girl room, and she's sitting there with the pictures of the 8 women or the 7 women that her husband killed. And she flipping through the pictures, and she watching her words, but she's saying that this is spiritual for me, and I'm trying to understand this side of him, and spiritually what this side of him is and what it means. And my wife was like, oh, she comparing herself to them other women, and she wondering, what did he see in them that he didn't see in me, or what did he want with them? And the man that confessed to taking these women lives, and they saying she ain't got nothing to do with it, she ain't know nothing about it. Every time he did it was when she went out of town. And I don't believe all of that, because and he couldn't go because he had to stay back and work, and so it'd be her and the kids or whatever. But she seemed off enough that he could tell her that this what he got to do, because this is how he get his fix. This is what turns him on, and he just want her and the kids to get out of town. Like I could see him telling her that. And so after the man confessed to taking the lives of these 8 women, he's still calling her, hey dear, how are you? She's like, hey, how are you? And when the phone rang, the lady lit up. Every time the phone rang, she get a smirk, like she gets so happy. She's so in love with this man who was a serial killer. And y'all know how these people go to prison and they get fan mail, and some of these people get hundreds of thousands of dollars for people who are loving on them and supporting them and what they did to these women. And it is mind-boggling to think about. And then to see these people and to realize that these people are real people walking around out here amongst us. So now I have a totally different outlook, to where when I see somebody and they off a little bit, or they snapping, or they rude, I'm going to just remain emotionally intelligent, because I used to step down on people, and I really get with them. And I really be like, hey, you need to watch your mouth, and you need to watch that attitude. You better be glad you even got a job. I'm coming through here spending my money with you in this drive-through, and you acting like you don't want to be in that drive-through. If you don't want to get in that drive-through, then get out the drive-through and go home. And I used to really come down on people and just really get with them. But now, as I'm looking around and I'm seeing what's going on in the world, that person might be living with somebody who chopping people up. And so I'm just finna be out here with the fruits of the spirit, and Google the fruits of the spirit if you don't know them. I'm finna be moving with the fruits of the spirit. I'm finna be above the fray. I'm not finna be of this world. I'm not finna let nobody bring me down to their level. I'm fixing to be with the Lord in mind, body, and spirit. And I am not finna be of this world and going back and forth with people on this here realm and dealing in these demons. Because when I tell you these demons is busy and they flying around and they moving crazy, it's getting bad. It is getting bad. So I'm going to tell you, you got to stay prayed up. You got to stay walking right, living right, doing the right thing. You got to be all the way with the good Lord. You hear me? Because, and I'm going to tell you too, like, be very careful. And because see, the thing about it is, I could wake up any day and take a stupid pill. So be very careful. Be very careful out here, like who you listen to. Man, think about this. Think about all the people who was just praising. Y'all ain't see, all of y'all ain't see when I called Cheyenne out. That was before any signs. That was before anybody said anything. It was me and a handful of wise women and wise men who called her out for going on the podcast of Cam Newton with all her breast out and wanting to be seen as a doctor of psychology. And I called her out and I read into that situation way deeper than a layman would read. And layman, I think it's Laymen. No, MAN. A layman is a person who does not have special training, professional skill, or deep knowledge in a particular subject. I read way deeper than a layman would. And people was like, oh, you judgmental. I'm so disappointed with Tony Gaskins. He does all of this for these women and he is judgmental. They didn't realize because they are carnal minded, they couldn't see in the spirit. I saw a spirit on that woman that was way deeper than what people saw and what they was talking about. And I said, you know what? At that point, I made a decision. I think I turned the comments off, but I made a decision. I am going to stand on what I stand on because I'm different, because I'm not like everybody else. God gave me a discernment and a wisdom that is not common to man. And what the Lord emboldened me to say is, son, I called you and I'm using you. But if you keep shrinking and if you keep being afraid to call these people out, then your voice will not wake up the dead in the wilderness. It won't wake up the blind. So when I called out these fornicating podcasters, and then it came out one by one that it was real, that it was true, that they was frauds, then people start to see. But the thing is our voices who God have called, our voices are not for everybody. And that's where Cheyenne using the talking points now of Christians, talking about her sheep will know her voice. We don't have any sheep. That's what immediately let me know she being used by Satan, because the only person who have a flock who know their voice is Jesus. Like we're not giving what Jesus is giving. I ain't got no flock of people who know my voice. You need to know the voice of God. And if God uses me to speak, it's not my voice. You're not listening to my call. You're not listening to my command. You're not listening to my instruction or warning. You're listening to the Holy Spirit. And you just see me as a vessel of the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit embodies me and uses me to speak, but the word coming from the Lord. So I get no clout, no credit, should not be pedestalized in any way, shape, or form. And the Lord blesses me and he touched the people who I need. He touched the people's heart who bless me and or buy my courses or whatever it may be. The Lord does what he does for me so that I could keep speaking and keep talking and not have to go get a job and work 40 hours a week for somebody else. I get to work 40 hours a week for the Lord, and to God be the glory. But I don't have to beg, borrow, and steal. I don't have to come on here and just do fundraisers and all of that all day long with my Cash App on here, my PayPal on here, and all of this on here, and all of that right there. I ain't got to do all that because the Lord blesses. The Lord blesses, and he give me what I need when I need it. That's what he does. But it's getting crazy out here, and these people is, and I'm telling you, I feel bad because it's a lot of people. It's people calling me. It's a lot of people that it's a lot of people that could be used. Like it's women who writing me in my DM that I never respond, and they having a whole conversation with themselves. If I was like some of these other people out here, I could write them vulnerable women back and have them sending me they SSI check every month. And that's what these people finna be doing. I guarantee. Listen, think about it now. Think about it. That senile man that's 60 years old who presents as a normal and regular man, when he get in Cheyenne DM, hey sister, I would love to talk to you. I know you're a celebrity life coach, but I want to talk to you. The Lord told me to reach out to you. How much do you charge? I'll pay you $1,000 an hour. Do you really think Cheyenne finna turn that $1,000 an hour down when that senile man want write her? Absolutely not. She finna take that $1,000 an hour, and then she finna get her 50 other mentally ill men and women who will spend their whole SSI check, their whole retirement check, their whole whatever check. And guess what? These people are voiceless. They'll never come out and say nothing. They'll never come out. And that's what's finna be happening. Now, eventually, all of them ain't crazy. So eventually, one of them gonna say, I was taken advantage of. Eventually, one of them gonna say that now. And so you got to realize that. So I want you to understand this thing finna get real. So also be very diligent before you spend money with anybody. Make sure that you have thoroughly vetted their brand inside and out, and that they really can show and prove who they are and what they've done. You got to do identity verification. Same way some sites and some businesses and certain things you use, where you got to do that right there. You got to do that. Like you have got to do that. I got to call in 7 minutes if it goes through, if it happens. So that's what you got to realize and understand. Like, because I talk to a lot of people and they'll be like, oh, I paid such and such $10,000. And then I'm like, well, who is such and such? And then I'm like, okay, so you paid them $10,000 to help you do what? Oh, I needed help doing this right here. I bundled them online. They had an ad running or they had a video. I said, so where have they done that at? Like, you paid them to publish your book, but what book have they published? How many books have they published? So you see me sitting over here, author of 20 books, and charge $2,500 to $5,000 for the author consulting program. And then you done went and paid somebody who ain't even wrote a book yet $10,000. And then now you coming to me and basically want me to do it for free? No, that ain't how that work. That ain't how that work. I never forget. I met a lady who she paid $12,000 for a life coach certification. Y'all aspiring life coaches, my certification right on over there on TonyGassacademy.com. Training you from real success as a life coach. I'm like, who founded the course? You're like, I don't know who founded the course. So how do you know that what you're learning will translate into the real world? I don't know. So why did you pay $12,000? Well, I've assumed because it costs more that it must be more legit. I said, no, that's what a scammer wants you to think. But for those of us sent by God, we charge what it costs. We charge what it's worth. We don't overcharge just because we could overcharge. Because we're doing business with an honest heart. We're doing business for the right reasons. And so that's why I got 80 courses in the all access membership. And the all access membership is $20 a month. And just one of them courses could be worth $3,500 if I charge what it was worth on the market based on my brand and my name and my experience. It's just like Louis Vuitton. The purse ain't worth $5,000, but their name is. So I could charge thousands of dollars. And I never forget, it was two guys out here who, one of the guys, he had dreads, he had a bunch of tattoos in his face. Another guy was a Muslim brother. both of them had a course. One of their course was, they both had a signature course. One of them had a course for $2,500. The other one had a course for $3,500. And during the pandemic, where everybody had money from unemployment, stimulus checks, whatever it was, them boys made $2, $3, $4, $5 million, because at the time when they were selling signature courses for $2,500 to $3,500, here I am, vetted, verified, stamped, been doing it 3 times as long as they've been doing it, and I was selling courses for $5 to $97. So they made way more money than me, because they was charging every dime they could get, knowing they didn't have the qualifications, knowing they didn't have the knowledge, knowing they didn't have the experience. They just was shiny, just sounded like they knew what they was talking about. One of the guys' course actually was built off of my brand, off of him studying me. He built the course. And off of him studying me, he built the course, and he didn't even have what the course was teaching. He wasn't even a representation of what the course was teaching. All he had of that was that course. That was it. But nothing else about his brand represented what he was selling. And that's what these people are doing. And then they call me jealous. Oh, you jealous. Oh, you jealous. No, I'm speaking out for the blind, for the lost, for the unlearned, for those who don't know how this stuff works. That's what I'm speaking out for, so that you don't get duped, so that you don't get taken advantage of. Yeah, there is a marketplace. I believe in a marketplace. I believe in going to the marketplace and selling your gifts. That's in the Bible. That's what Proverbs 31 woman did. She took her gifts to the marketplace and flipped bread, made money. Like, and nothing wrong with that. It just, you got to do it ethical and fair. You got to do it at a real price that is fair to people. And so it's like, if I've made multiple millions and I take the information that I've gained and I put it into courses, and then I put all of them courses into one package called the All Access Membership, and you got 80 plus courses that have earned me multiple millions of dollars, and it's $20 a month. So if you stayed in it for a year, you literally have spent $240. $240, when every course in there worth $500 to $3,500 based on how these people price stuff. And you get it for $240 a year. If you had it for 10 years, you will pay $2,400, which is still cheaper than them other newbies that I just mentioned, who ain't say their name because I don't want to disparage them. It's like, if you know, you know. I don't want to disparage them or nothing like that. I'm texting with my wife. Y'all forgive me because we on the juice cleanse today. But hey, got to go. Got the time for my session. Let me see if my client wrote me back to let me know. But God bless you. Y'all give me 1 second real quick. Let me see if my call get picked up. And then I'm going to close on out. If not, I'll keep talking.
Telephone number 954
Y'all got to forgive him. Yep, I'm gonna have to try to edit that part out. Y'all will be calling people. I thought I had muted my doggone mic. I'm up there trying to, but client phone ain't set up. But God bless you. We came on to the end anyways. So let me edit that number out of there. And keep your head up. Be prayerful. Be mindful. Double check everything. Triple check everything before you spend money with these folks. Before you listen to these folks. Before you make changes in your life. Just like the lady doggone went on the thing and told doggone went on the Pastor Jamal Bryant show and told couples to take a bath together. That's the dumbest thing I never heard in my life. They ain't nothing but the devil. So, hey, y'all keep your head up. God bless you. All the important links in the description. Shout out to them supporters. Tony Gaston Family Foundation received us a $25 donation today from somebody in the mail. God bless you. I saw you. We moving now into our one-on-one programs and single mom support programs and things of that nature in our area. Got some of the boys writing me right now. But God bless you, and we'll talk soon.